If you watched my last video, you know that probate in Ohio typically takes 6 to 12 months, and you know what happens in each of the 5 phases. But here's what executors really want to know. So what makes probate go faster? What slows it down? And what can I actually control? That's what we're covering in this video. The practical factors that affect your timeline and what you can do to keep things moving. Before we dive in, one quick reminder. I'm not an attorney and I don't give legal advice. Probate rules can vary by situation, so always follow the guidelines of your probate attorney and the local court. What I can do is share what I see working and what creates problems for families here in Ohio. Let's start with what speeds things up. You can move through the probate faster when all the heirs agree and communicate well with each other. When the estate has clear records and good organization. When you, as the executor, are responsive and stay organized. When there are minimal or no creditor claims. When there's no real estate involved, or it sells quickly. And when you work with an experienced probate attorney. And when you stay on top of things like deadlines and paperwork. The bottom line is, the more organized you are, the better everyone communicates, the smoother the process goes. Now, let's talk about what slows things down, because this is where a lot of executors get absolutely stuck. The most common delays are family disagreements or disputes. When heirs can't agree on what to do with the house, or who gets what, or how to handle expenses, that can add months to the process. Missing or unclear documents. So if you can't find the will, the deed, account information, or other key paperwork, that creates delays. An executor who's not staying organized or responsive, if you're slow to return calls, you miss deadlines, or you lose track of paperwork, these things drag out. Property that needs extensive repairs before it can be sold, if the house has major issues and it takes months to get contractors in and the repairs done, that will definitely affect your timeline. Complex assets like business interests or multiple properties, the more complicated the estate, the longer it takes to settle. Tax complications. If there are tax issues that need to be resolved, that can also really slow things down. Contested claims or will challenges. If someone disputes the will or files a claim that needs to be litigated, that can add significant time. And sometimes court backlog, which varies by county. So here's some real talk. Most delays aren't the court's fault. They're usually about family communication, missing paperwork, or waiting on third parties like buyers or lenders. So let me give you a few Ohio-specific notes that affect timing. Ohio requires a 6-month creditor claim period. That's not optional. It's built into the process by law. Different counties have different court schedules, so some counties move faster than other counties. Ohio does have something called relief from administration for small estates under certain thresholds. That can simplify things and speed up the process. And there's also release from administration, which is a simplified process if you meet the requirements. Here in Southwest Ohio, in the Dayton and Cincinnati areas, I generally see estates move through that 6 to 12 month window as long as families stay organized and the heirs are on the same page. So, let's talk about what you can actually control, because this is the most important part. There are some things you can't control. You can't control like the 6-month creditor period, that's the law. You can't control how fast the court processes things. And if you're selling property, you can't control how quickly buyers make offers or the house closes. But you can control some things. So you can control how organized you stay. Use a simple system called a log, a paperwork folder, or a tracking sheet to keep everything in one place. How quickly you respond to requests from the courts, the attorney, or other parties. Being responsive keeps things moving. How well you communicate with the heirs. Regular updates. Even if there's really nothing new, prevent frustration and conflict by giving them an update. Whether you get professional help from an attorney or other experts can definitely change the timeline. And don't try to do everything yourself if it's overwhelming. If you're selling property, how prepared that property is when it goes on the market affects the timeline. A clean, secure, ready-to-show home sells much faster. Bottom line, the timeline is what it is, but you can make the process a lot smoother by staying organized and proactive. So, if you're in the middle of probate right now and you're wondering how much longer is this going to take, remember, 6 to 12 months is normal, and most delays are fixable with better organization and communication. So, if you're an executor in Southwest Ohio and you want help navigating this crazy process, especially if there's property involved, I'm happy to walk you through what to expect and how to keep things moving. You can call or text me anytime. And if you want tools to help you stay organized, grab my free executor packet. It has checklists, tracking pages, and resources to keep you on track and everything in one place. It takes the right next steps without feeling so overwhelming. It's in the description. Well, the link's in the description. So thanks for watching, and I hope this gave you a clearer sense of what you can actually control in this process. Until next time, see you later.